Honestly, who cares about the color? You were going to buy it anyway. Actually, this is kind of a big deal. And for some people, it was enough of a put-off that they didn't buy it. Let's talk about this. So I got a comment on a video today, actually, and since I have the free time, I thought that I would respond to it because I do think this actually is a pretty big deal. Look, it says, honestly, who cares about the color? You are going to buy it either way. Well, I get what this person is saying. I do. But I think they're wrong. I think this is kind of a big deal. I think, and if you don't know what video I'm talking about, it'll be up there. When they first advertised this Tila, they advertised her and put out all the promotional material as her having this gold color. In fact, I don't know for sure. I can't guarantee it, but I'm willing to bet right now that if I went to Big Bad Toy Store and I looked up Tila and I found her, Tila and Zor. Okay, I can literally click right there and it's exactly what I just said. It's right there. It's right there. This is what they claim you're buying. That when you buy this figure, you're going to get that gold. You're not. That character does not have those gold parts. She does not shine like that. She does not have this really sharp gold color. And I don't know if that's vac metal. I don't know that. That's probably not. That's probably just a really sharp gold coloring. But it doesn't matter because she doesn't have that. That's not true. That's not the way that she comes to you. She comes to you in a yellow color. Not this gold color, a yellow color. And here's the thing. That was fine for me, but it wasn't fine for some other people. I saw a couple of different people when this was first coming out, when people were getting theirs in the mail, that they posted what they got. And they were like, check it out, Tila and Zor. And some of these people very much posted with the comment, it's not that gold color, she's yellow. And I saw underneath a bunch of comments that continually came up that said, oh, I'm canceling my pre-order. Now, why such a harsh reaction? Why not what this person said on the comment? Why not just, does it really matter? You're going to buy it anyway. Well, sometimes this does matter. Sometimes we are promised certain products, and this is exactly why the closed box thing is going to be such a big deal moving forward. Because it's not just this, but there are other characters that are coming out right now, and I'm not going to go searching for that image, but you can very easily find this. There were some Spider-Man characters not way too long ago. I think they may have been Spider-Man characters. They were part of the Marvel Legends stuff, and it was closed-boxed figures. And that closed-box figure that you bought, on the closed box, it shows you on the closed box that these are pinless figures. No pins. It's nothing here. Don't got to worry about that. And on a character like Spider-Man, this might be a huge deal. See, the pins are either going to be colored red or blue because the primary colors of Spider-Man are red and blue. You got to pick one. Chances are you're not going to take the time to print out a bunch of reds and a bunch of blues. And even if you did, it wouldn't help you because when you put the pin in, if you put the red pin in the arm, this part of the arm turns out okay, it's got the red. This part of the arm turns out not okay, it's got the red. So you got this blue arm and this red pin, or it goes the other way and you pick the blue pins. One way or another, somewhere, either the leg or the arm or somewhere on the figure, the pin is going to matter. Pinless figures are a big deal when you're talking about new age collectors. A lot of people love the no pins. And I gotta say, I understand that. I very much understand why it is such a big deal to have a pinless character. Dumbface, come here. Look at Dumbface Skeletor. Notice one little thing that's cool about Dumbface Skeletor? No pins. That means I don't have to worry about them trying to pick this color or this color. This color would have been prime. It would have been fine. But there's no pin here to have that problem. There's not something going through the wrist right here or the forearm right here, the elbow, that creates that problem. It's not an issue for Dumbface Skeletor. It's awesome. But a lot of figures are still having that problem. A lot of figures. And it's not like a problem that it's so big that we won't buy figures. We've bought hundreds of figures with pins. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that as we go forward and we see more pinless figures, and this becomes a standard of the industry, the quality of the figures are higher. And if you're going to do that, they know, they're not stupid, they know that you're going to buy a pinless figure. If they put out tomorrow that the new Spider-Man, and I believe he is in that 2-pack, I believe he is, where he comes with Spinneret, I believe he's pinless. That makes him one of the greatest Spider-Man figures you can buy right now. And so imagine if the front of the box showed him pinless, got you to buy it, and then come to figure out there were pins in the figure. That is a misrepresentation. It's a lie to the consumer base. It creates dishonesty, and it makes us wonder if we care to buy it again. If we are shown that Fisto is coming out and he's going to have that vac metal hand, that's what we want. We want the Fisto vac metal hand, right? Well, if they show that to you in the promotional material on something like Big Bad or buying it straight from Mattel, and then when you get the box, it's a closed box figure because that's what's happening now, and the closed front of the box has a picture of the figure on it, but that picture of the figure is not a picture that somebody took. It's not an actual picture. What it is they're actually using the 3D model from the computer that they used to craft the figure. And that 3D model is a lie. They paint it, they make it look a very specific way, and there's false photography stuff going on in general, false effects. It has no pins. They put it out. They plaster that picture on the front of the box. You buy it, there's pins, or the color is wrong, or something's wrong. And for some collectors, we are going for very specific things. That's the reason that sometimes when we go to the store, if there are 7 He-Man, all the same character, all Beastman, all the new really cool Beastman, there's 7 of them on the rack. You'll see this very often. Collectors will go through them and find the one they think has the best paint job or the part that they're looking for that they want to be in the best condition. Say the fur material that he actually has. They want that fur to be as good as it can be. And they look for it and they find the one that they're like, that's it. That's the one that has the best armor piece that I can see. It has the best definition. The paint job is the brightest. I really like the way the fur lays on him and everything. That's the one. That's my one. That's the perfect one. That is an open window box experience. But these closed boxes, these windowless boxes, they allow for the experience to be altered hugely. And not necessarily in a good way. It can really ruin a figure if you get something that you thought was going to be one thing and turns out to be another thing. It's another reason why we love the toy hunt so much. I'm one of those people. I love the idea of driving out to a Target or a Walmart or even a Walgreens randomly and finding a figure and going, oh, and then you pick it up and it's so cool and you have it in your hand and you get that chance. You found it in the wild. You grab it, you go home, you put it on the shelf, you unbox it, you check it out. Like, you move it around, you pose it, you put it up there, it'll stay there for a while, you pose it again later on. We love to do this. Collectors love to do this, and so lying to the consumer through the advertisements, claiming it's a gold color when it's a yellow color, claiming it's pinless when it's not pinless, claiming that it can hold its balance with certain poses when it can't hold its balance with certain poses. These are things that we kind of get stuck on, and it ruins the experience and it makes us not want it. So, in all actuality, though I understand where you're coming from, where your state of mind is, it was Motu, you were going to buy it, don't act like you weren't going to buy it. In some cases, if this continues to happen and the product isn't what we're looking for, or that it's a lie and I'm playing roulette every time I buy a figure, then no, you're actually wrong. I won't just buy it. It has to be what I'm looking for specifically for me to buy it. You'll notice in my collection, I don't have Buzz Off or Stratos. These are characters that I like. I don't care. I like that Stratos that I see in the Masterverse collection. I'm probably going to lean in and get him. But I haven't found one that I really care about Stratos-wise in this. The Origins line, for me, is what I want it to be. It's my imaginary idea, swords and sorcery, things of that nature, and I've talked about this in multiple videos, and because it hits me very differently, and these are not characters that I'm collecting from my childhood with nostalgia, oh shit, Buzz Off, I don't care. To me, he's a B-man, and that's sure. I'll save my money. It doesn't matter to me the same way that it does to so many other people. So because of that, I have to say from my own experience, if I look at a figure and it catches my eye, I'm going to buy it, as I just did recently. I was at a Walmart when I walked across something that caught my eye, that I was shocked that it was there and shocked that it was so good, and immediately said, all right, you win. You got my money. I took it off the shelf, and if you can get me to grab the item off the shelf and examine it, you're halfway there. Well, they got me, and I bought it. But if I'm told that the figure is one way, I find it, and when I see it with my own eyes, it's not what I was told it was, or the face sculpt is terrible, or there's something else wrong with it that was BS because all the materials and pictures that were put out were not that, then yes, chances are I won't buy it. They've lost a sale. Now I'm talking in the very minority here. I'm a collector. I know from where I work, from what I do, that I'm in the minority of people doing this kind of thing. In the entirety of the building where I work, I've probably encountered 20 people at most, that do anything close to what I do. That's it. And my building where I work harbors well over 2,000 employees at any given time. And I mean, take that into perspective here. When people hear that I do what I do, I normally become the guy that gets asked, like, video game questions and stuff so they can buy things for their kids. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. So while this matters to me, I realize that they can lie all they want to parents and children, and more than likely, if they just want a cool skeleton man, they're just going to buy a cool skeleton man, so whatever. And that's fine, but I really hope that we're not walking down a dangerous, slippery road, because if it's proven that they can get away with that kind of stuff, they'll just keep doing it. Case in point, look at video games currently. I'm noticing it all the time. We put ourselves there. We allowed them to release unfinished games, and we just bought them. And we allowed for them to not just release unfinished games that we just went ahead right off the bat and just said, oh man, I need that. I'm going to buy that anyways. They'll fix it later. We allowed that by spending our money and allowing them to do that. Now it's become a standard of the industry, and so has the pre-order idea. And so many other practices. But all of these things are spoken with money. And I'm in the minority here, so I can't stop the trend. If this becomes a trend that they can lie on package and still make sales, that's it. That will become the standard. And if that becomes the standard, it will change the way I shop substantially. But that's just trying to explain where my thought process is and why your comment in general is false for some collectors and me myself personally. No. Had I known that it was going to be this yellow color, and I guess I did, and I got over it. This is really bothering me. I got this one little thing here that's appearing on my hoodie and I can't get rid of it. But had I known, and had it bothered me enough, I would have stepped away. Had it not been Tila, I think, honestly, that probably would have... Because it was the Tila with the new head. I wanted the head. I liked the skin tone still. And I liked that it came with Zor. Otherwise, had it just been a resculpt of the first Tila, I may have actually passed on it. Because I wanted that gold. That was a big selling point for me. And they almost lost me when they changed it. So, I think it's more important than you seem to believe. But we're all different people. So, later.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.